I'm Marilee Caruso. It's Wednesday, March 4th. Today, a citywide slowdown. A city committee debates reducing the speed limit. Why administrators say hitting the brakes is the right move to make. Also today,
I've seen truck accidents before, but this was huge, man.
A Manitoba semi involved in a fiery crash. Where it happened and how the driver is doing. Plus, shut down for the season. Why the Forks River Trail is now officially closed. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. The debate over speed limits in Winnipeg has roared into City Hall. Today, a city committee began debating a motion to eventually lower the default speed limit from 50 to 40. CTV's Daniel Helmerson is standing by live with the details. So, Danny, does this committee have the power to actually lower the speed limit on its own?
No, it doesn't, Marilee. In fact, the entire city council can't vote to change it. They would need the province to help them out. That's why this debate is actually about asking the province to give the city the power to lower the speeding limit. If they did, then council would have to pass a new city bylaw making the change. City administrators say fatal collisions could drop by 10 to 20% if the city changed the default speed limit from 50 down to 40 kilometers an hour. If the city does eventually lower the speed limit, the report says it would cost $525,000 for new signage and advertising.
So what is the committee going to do then?
Well, as you can imagine, Marilee, there are a lot of people who have signed up to speak for or against the proposal. CTV's Danton Unger is watching the proceedings. He'll have the latest coming up at 6.
All right, looking forward to it. Thanks, Danny. A semi from a Manitoba-based business was involved in a fiery crash in Saskatoon yesterday.
I've seen truck accidents before, but this was huge, man. Yeah, I can still see the diesel on the roads and stuff, and yeah, it's crazy, man.
This was the scene on the busy Circle Drive in Saskatoon yesterday morning. A witness tells CTV News he saw a police officer and a bystander pull the driver from the vehicle minutes before the cab became engulfed in flames. Police later said they believe the driver suffered a medical event and crashed into a light pole. The driver had the truck had Penner International decals on the side, which is a freight service based in Steinbach. Winnipeg transit users will no longer need to wonder where their bus is. The city says passengers are now able to track buses in near real time using a smartphone. The Winnipeg Transit app and website, as well as Navigo, allows riders to see buses on a map. Their location is updated based on GPS. Clicking on the bus will provide more information, including how recently its location was updated. If there hasn't been a recent GPS report from the bus, the city says its location won't be visible in the app. Now, the update comes after Winnipeg's transit GPS system experienced widespread issues last summer and fall. However, the city says it's now performing with the same accuracy as it did before. One person was taken to hospital in unstable condition following a house fire in the Chalmers neighborhood in northeast Winnipeg. The blaze broke out at a home in the 500 block of Larson Avenue around 8:30 last night. Crews were met with heavy smoke and flames when they arrived, but managed to get it under control within about half an hour. One person was assessed by paramedics and later brought to hospital. The cause of the fire is under investigation. The province is launching public consultations on the future of artificial intelligence. The government says it will focus on two issues: modernizing data privacy laws and establishing clear rules around the use of AI. It says this could potentially lead to age limits for use or laws which require companies to create an opt-in process for data usage. The consultations will involve youth, educators, experts, municipalities, private and nonprofit organizations, as well as Indigenous governments. Well, if you haven't yet laced up your skates for a spin down the Nestaway River Trail, you're out of luck. The Forks has officially closed the river skating trail for the season. The Red River portion actually closed earlier this week, and tonight the Assiniboine section is also off limits. Changing ice conditions from warmer temperatures and rising water levels mean it's just no longer safe to keep the trail open. This year's river trail was open for 62 days and extended more than 6 kilometers in length. For those hoping to still skate, well, the Canopy Rink and upper trails do remain open at the Forks, but of course that is also weather permitting. 60 years ago today, a blizzard blew into the province, burying Winnipeg and southern Manitoba. The snowstorm back on March 4th, 1966 was one of the worst to hit Manitoba. It lasted 20 hours and dropped 35.6 centimeters of snow. The blizzard brought with it 113 kilometer-an-hour winds. The Winnipeg airport reported having zero visibility for 14 hours. The storm shut down the city, leaving behind massive snow drifts and 12 feet of snow in some areas. Bus service was canceled and people were told to stay home. However, some of those who ignored that and did venture out took to using snowmobiles to navigate the streets. Yikes, Colleen. I'm glad that was 60 years ago.
Yeah, I was just saying the same thing.
Not repeating itself tonight.
No. 60 years later, quite calm conditions, certainly by comparison. Really, it's been a pretty easy day, although it's been a little gray. The winds have picked up a bit. There might be a little bit of snow trundling across the Winnipeg region. There has been across the south. It's pretty light. It's moving off into northwestern Ontario. So by no means a repeat of what we experienced on this day 60 years ago. Ahead tonight, not a bad night for Winnipeg temperature-wise in the north. Those cold warnings have ended, but still a cold night there. But as we close in on the weekend and that beautiful weekend ahead in terms of temperatures, I'll show you why the Forks made the right call, certainly, to shut down the river trail. Unfortunate as it is, but you will see it is quite necessary. We have a beautiful weekend on the way. The CTV Live Eye is brought to you by Bath, that are exclusive home of the Permafit solution. In Winnipeg right now, it's -12 and cloudy. Windy too. Winds out of the north-northeast at 36 kilometers an hour with gusts up to 46. The wind chill feels like -23. The pressure's rising. The humidity is 77%. Out in traffic on this Wednesday afternoon, a live look at McPhillips. Busy. Well, not just in both directions. You can see there's traffic crossing across McPhillips as well. So in all three directions at the moment. 4 directions. There you go.
Sitting on the dock of a bay.
Chasing a dream to Canada. How our friendly country inspired a man to pursue a lifelong ambition.
The U.S. Treasury Secretary says a 15% tariff rate on imports will likely take effect this week. In late February, the U.S. Supreme Court deemed Donald Trump did not have the authority to impose a wide range of tariffs under an emergency act. As soon as it happened, the U.S. president introduced a 10% markup under different law. Later, he announced it'd go up to 15%. Goods covered under the Canada-U.S.-Mexico trade agreement are exempt from the tariff. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is down a fraction to 73.30. West Texas Intermediate didn't change much. It's at 74.66. Western Canadian Select up another $3 to $60.74. And the TSX gained 157 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marella Fernandez.
British Columbians flooded social media overnight after a fireball lit up the night sky and triggered a house-rattling sonic boom. Many people recorded a bright flash around 9 p.m. local time last night. It was followed by a loud boom. Early indications are it was a meteor slicing through the Earth's atmosphere. Witnesses say the sonic boom could be heard from the Fraser Valley all the way to Washington State. A Burnaby man has turned his childhood dreams into a reality. As CTV's Adam Sawatsky shows you, he achieved not just one goal, but several of them.
In the morning sun.
Ever since DJ Jackson started singing as a kid with his friends,
But we'd be on the corner just humming and, moving and grooving.
he's had 3 big dreams.
All I wanted to be was a cowboy, a singer, and a fireman.
But he never would be, DJ was told while growing up in the southern states, because of the color of his skin.
Look like nothing's gonna come my way.
But DJ was determined, got a job sweeping floors to pay for a firefighting course, and did so well, the department had to hire him as a trainee.
They treated me bad. They called me all kinds of names and stuff, but I thought, nobody's gonna ever break me.
Eventually, the prejudiced people left, and DJ earned a full-time position which led to an historic headline in the local paper.
And I fell in love with it, man. I thought, this is it. This is my life.
But that was just one dream realized.
I left my home in Washington.
During a vacation in Vancouver, DJ experienced so many random acts of kindness, he called his mom.
And guess what? Nobody called me a today or shot at me. And she said, what? I said, and guess what, Mama? I'm staying.
Eventually, DJ did move to Canada permanently, where he achieved his other dreams of becoming a cowboy for a bit and touring as a singer for even longer.
I'm sitting on the dock of a bay.
But DJ wasn't into wasting time and started pursuing a fourth dream.
Christopher Reeves.
DJ's walls are filled with photos from the almost 180 movie and TV shows he's appeared in, along with many of the major stars he's worked with, from Adam Sandler to John Travolta.
My pride and joy. I spent 3 days with the champ, Muhammad Ali, and he taught me strength.
But if you ask Joshua who inspired him to never give up on his dreams,
Mother,
he'll point to a picture of his mom.
She said, you just be you and treat everybody the same, and your day will come.
Because if you can keep singing through the low notes of life, just imagine how wonderful it will feel when you nail every single high one.
Still got it.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Burnaby.
The Green Lantern's oath is to protect people.
Lighting up your TV screen when the gritty new superhero show Lanterns will begin streaming.
Spotlight, sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting the Irish Rovers.
Colleen Brady is back now for Spotlight, and a highly anticipated trailer for the new Green Lantern series has just been released.
Now, Marilee, it wasn't supposed to come out until tomorrow, but in a surprise, James Gunn's DC Studios released it early.
All right.
I could have died.
You want me to train you? I'm training you.
Lanterns is a very different type of superhero show. It stars Kyle Chandler as Hal Jordan and Aaron Pierre as his trainee, John Stewart. It's been described as a gritty, true detective-style show with powers. You can check it out on Crave TV here in Canada this August.
Well, he's played Austin Powers, voiced Shrek, and was a longtime cast member of Saturday Night Live. And soon, Mike Myers is going to be honored for some of that work.
That's right. The comedic actor is set to receive a special honor at this year's Canadian Screen Awards.
Yeah, baby, yeah!
Classic. Myers, who is from Scarborough, will accept the Academy Icon Award. I hope he does that when he does. Recently, the 62-year-old has been outspoken in supporting Canada amid annexation threats by the Trump administration. He appeared in ads alongside Prime Minister Mark Carney and wore a Canada is not for sale shirt on Saturday Night Live. Nominees for this year's Screen Awards will be announced in 3 weeks, with the ceremony being held on May 31st.
Game of Thrones was very popular on the small screen, and now it seems it may make the jump to the big screen.
Well, there's speculation a movie could be on the way.
The man who passes the sentence should swing the sword.
The Game of Thrones film would be a prequel long before the events of the original series. The project is by Andor writer Beau Willimon and is reportedly telling the story of the founder of the Targaryen dynasty. No word yet on when it might hit the big screen.
Well, an Oscar race that looked to be a runaway may actually be a close call after all.
Indeed, the popular wisdom was that one battle after another was a shoo-in, but now it seems as if Sinners could give it a run for its money.
You know what freedom is? What? No fear.
For months, Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another sailed through awards season. It picked up prize after prize, but the wins for Sinners and Michael B. Jordan after Sunday's Actor Awards, along with some other recent developments, has reshaped the Oscar race. Some observers now say the race is a coin flip and either movie could take home Best Picture. We'll all find out when the awards are handed out on Sunday, March 15th, right here on CTV.
Not that much longer of a wait.
Nope, coming right up.
All right, thanks, Colleen.
You're welcome. Coming up tonight on your primetime lineup, The Masked Singer starts at 7. Fear Factor House of Fear is at 8. And Shark Tank winds things up at 9. It's all right here tonight on CTV.
CTV Primetime Lineup brought to you by the Parkway Retirement Community. Welcome home.
As we take a look at Portage Avenue east and westbound in front of Polo Park, traffic moving well in both directions. No tie-ups to let you know about anywhere around the city right now. It's cloudy and minus 12 degrees. I'll show you your full forecast coming up.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&Teak Spa Salon.
Now's your chance to own a piece of history. A dinosaur fossil is headed to auction.
It was found in the early 90s, and it was prepared and mounted and loaned to the Wyoming Dinosaur Center, and over 1 million people have been touched and inspired by this dinosaur.
The Triceratops skeleton, nicknamed Trey, will be open for bidding from March 17th to the 31st. It'll be listed on Jupiter, which is an online auction platform founded by Pharrell Williams. The fossil has a pre-auction estimate of $4.5 to $5.5 million. But if you're in the market, you'll need to make sure you have the space as well, because Trey measures 5.3 meters long, which is more than 17 feet.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
If you've got that much money to bid, I'm sure you got a house big enough.
Yeah, and interesting, I didn't know Pharrell Williams was into auctioneering or related matters.
Yeah. Is it the same one? I don't even know, but yeah, interesting all around.
Indeed, indeed. So if you got the big bucks, well,
can't wait to see where Trey ends up.
That's right. Maybe he'll get a visit from Punch. Who knows? Quite the week we've had with our adorable animals. Quite the week we've had, too, with these temperatures that have been much more reasonable as of late, at least here in the south. In the north, it's been bitterly cold, as you well know. The good news there, though, is that those cold warnings that had been in effect for much of northern Manitoba, they've been knocked down. They were earlier today. Still quite cold up there just yet. We had that Arctic air mass that's been locked over the region for the last few days. By tomorrow, it should start to feel a little better. It should start to break up. Really, Manitoba, for the most part, and all of Western Canada has been locked under this pretty stagnant weather pattern. So we've had these rounds of light snow trundling across the province. That happened again today and east into northwestern Ontario. You can see this band of snow passing right near Sioux Lookout. In northwestern Ontario, closer to Manitoba, back around Kenora, minus 12 there, minus 12 in Winnipeg. Brandon and Dauphin, both minus 15 this hour. And then you see what I mean, much colder air still in the most northern parts of the province. Thompson, minus 19. Now, Thompson was under that cold warning. It's now ended. Churchill, just minus 27. And when you factor in the winds, it still feels like minus 35 in Churchill, minus 34, the current wind chill in Lynn Lake. Down here in the south, Brandon, it feels like minus 26. And here in Winnipeg, it feels like minus 22. So we have not just snow sort of trundling along in fits and spurts. We have some freezing drizzle, too. You see where that purple is? That's snow, but where it changes to pink, that suggests more freezing drizzle or potentially even freezing rain at times. But freezing drizzle more likely this afternoon as we head into this evening. You can see quite cloudy for these areas closest to the border, even as far north as Winnipeg, and even well into the southwest part of the province. Clearer through central and northern Manitoba. Then we get the next system that comes through. Now this one is a low, the center of which is crossing the northern U.S., but we're getting all kinds of precipitation on its northern flank well into Manitoba. You'll get a better sense of it as I get further into Thursday morning. So again, it's snow, not significant amounts anywhere, but a lot of areas will see some come through, but also further south, including Winnipeg. There's the potential for either light snow or freezing drizzle, maybe fog overnight before we even get to tomorrow. And certainly as we get into the afternoon, a mixed bag there into tomorrow night, taking us into Friday, but not just here in the Red River Valley, but you see much of the province back into northwestern Ontario. We'll be dealing with all manner of precipitation over the next day or two before we start to clear out as the weekend arrives and the temperatures go up even higher. Minus 13 is where they will drop to tonight. Cloudy, again with a low chance of light snow or freezing drizzle or fog overnight. These strong and gusty northeast winds, they back off mid-evening. Northeast winds tomorrow not as strong, 20 kilometers an hour, but again, -3 is the high, cloudy with a chance of snow or freezing drizzle, maybe fog in the morning. As we get into the long-range forecast, though, still cloudy on Friday, -6 degrees, a chance of flurries. Then we get to the weekend. Temperatures jump well up above freezing, 3 and 4 degrees on Saturday and Sunday. Both days, there is a chance, again, it's a low chance of snow showers or rain showers. -1 on Monday, a mix of sun and cloud, a chance of flurries by Tuesday. A little cooler with a high of -6 degrees. Our first weather photo is sent from Kelly. Now, this was the full moon outside Kelly's back door last night in Friedensfeld. That's near Steinbach. And Peter thinks he might have spotted the Easter Bunny having a little nappy-wappy. That's out near Rosenort. Send us your weather photos to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
Thanks, Colleen. Well, the world is already fascinated by an abandoned monkey with a stuffed animal named Punch. Now get ready to fall in love with a brand new baby monkey that's a lot closer to home. Take a look at this guy. Or girl. This new baby monkey was born at Assiniboine Park Zoo. The female Geldes monkey was born back on December 18th, and the zoo says her mom, Evie, actually showed some strong maternal instincts. Very cute, right? But the mom couldn't produce milk that the baby needed to survive. So zookeepers stepped in to hand raise this little monkey, and that meant staying overnight for more than a month to ensure she got regular feedings, and it looks like all that attention has really paid off. The zoo says the baby's doing great and is now starting to sample solid foods. She's also getting a lot of attention from the other monkeys. In fact, her grandma, we're told, often carries the baby around and keeps a watchful eye on her. Oh my.
Mom's been great too, though. Even though Mom didn't have milk, she really was interested in the baby from day one, and so that I think has helped a lot. Like, you know, right away the baby wanted to go to the parent, to the mom and to the grandma, and both of them have taken turns holding. Both of them have taken turns allowing her to ride on them.
It's the opposite of Punch. It's got all kinds of mums.
Yeah.
You can see this baby monkey for yourself at Toucan Ridge, and you'll also get a chance to help give her a name. The zoo plans to hold a naming contest in the next couple of weeks.
We should have led with that. So cute.
So cute.
Watch that all day.
I gotta go see that baby in person. All right, that does it for us this hour. We're back at 6 with more local news. Hope to see you then.